Hello everyone, I wanted to show you this giant clock that we have in the center of the city. The city is called Alain, in case that I hadn't mentioned it before. So that's the city where I will be showing you a couple of places. As you can see, it's huge. I don't know if you can appreciate the perspective, but yeah, the thing is quite big. So now my plan is to take you this way until we reach some very cool park, like the biggest park in the city. Okay, so let's go. So we arrived to the park, and there are these cool birds here that I wanted to show you, and just right there, just doing their thing. And it's actually very cool. So it's not far away from where I went. I had to go to the post office, and surprisingly, I'm in the open air, but wearing a mask because apparently there are rules for that thing. And I don't know, I like to comply with rules. So this is the beautiful park. It's very calm, very quiet. I like it. It's my first time here, by the way. It's like one of these areas of the city that you have to go with a taxi, and it's kind of difficult to get here from the area of the university. And I'm surprised at the phone that it keeps. Remember the old one that was like moving up and down? This one apparently is keeping like the balance very well. I don't have to do anything strange with the buttons, and I think it's because of the cameras. Like maybe I'm discovering something now that everyone knows, but the four cameras that you can see, like in the back of the new phones, apparently those are good for this type of thing. Keep in mind that I picked the only day in, well, yeah, this week has been raining, but like I picked the only week to show you the city that is raining, so you can see puddles, you can see rain. And but usually the weather is very warm. Usually the weather is sunny, and it's only today that it's kind of fresh because it was raining, but it was raining for the first time in maybe, I don't know, months. Like I haven't seen rain in the last 3 or 4 months. So I'm gonna keep walking that way and see what we find. Okay. And we are at the fort. It would be very sad if in this type of place we still have problems with the wind. But yeah, so you can see there that this is like a military fort, and nothing in the city is very old, so we can count, I don't know, 400, 300 years. It's not as if oh, this has been here for millennia before the Romans. Like probably this was built, I don't know, in Napoleonic times, or maybe like 100 years earlier, which is cool because it's this architecture that has like and cabins there. Sorry, the architect. I tend to cut the phrases too often. Palm trees. Aha. It's like being back in the city, back in Spain. So, what was I saying? Yes, that the architecture. I like this type of architecture a lot, and it's. I know that it's not as resistant or enduring, as sturdy as to resist fire, like cannon fire or something like that. But in any case, it's kind of interesting. And I'm so happy that the phone can balance itself and that I don't need. By the way, yeah, I'm walking on clay. These are my shoes now, and I hope I can find some place where I can clean them. And the towers there. Let's see if we can open. If we can enter. So we are inside the fort, and it has a small museum with traditional items. And the knives are, as you can see, very cool. I'm not gonna pretend that I know where the knives come from, but if you hear the information, you can probably pause the video and check all the items. But it's actually very cool. I like this type of style. Travel equipment. Oh, let's go. Let's go see it. Very nice. So this display shows items identical to those carried by during the Arabian travels. He wanted to leave as the Bedou did, and chose to adopt their ways and clothing. Well, like me, more or less. Well, not today. Today I'm dressed as a tourist or something. Ah, I would like to give you more information about this Wilfred Thesiger. Maybe I can like check on Wikipedia later, or you could do it yourselves. Don't expect everyone to give you everything. Like you also have to work in this life. Interesting. What am I watching here? Yemen, 1946. Okay. Toffer will go with you wherever you want. Will always be your man. Okay. Interesting. Oh, interesting. So the guy was actually going around, like traveling and stuff. Traveling and stuff. That's that would be the message. Those the guy in the middle. It's a bit scary that everyone needs guns in this picture. Hmm. And let's go see this one. So I like this camel thing, like on top of the camel, like in Stargate. You remember that movie? Like I remember that type of stuff. Desert life is actually quite cool. In that, not as cool as well, not as cool as Hawaii, but you know what I mean. And it's kind of it has certain appeal. It has a certain beauty to it. Interesting. It was very still, with the silence which we have driven from our world. Oh, a poet, a traveler, and a poet. All the ladies must have been uh, crazy about the guy. In those empty ways, I could find the peace that comes with solitude. Okay, it's not as if in this at this time the world was incredibly busy. I think we had half of the human population that we have today. So where should you go? If, by the way, that's something to take into account. If this guy came here to relax, and now here everything is filled with movement, businesses, and all that stuff, where would we go to relax? Uh-huh. I tried to enter parts of there is a huge sand dune very close to my house, but it's apparently a private property. I have no idea who would put fences around the sand dune, but it would be cool if I could record it and show you. Unfortunately, it's not awesome. Oh, so cool. Interesting way of life, actually. Huh. Look at them, heavens. As I said already a few times, I like the head protection for the sun. It's very cool. I like the loose clothes up, like in the upper part, but the lower part, I don't know. I like this guy. This guy looks, you know, same stuff, but in kind of in trousers or something like that. Like I don't feel comfortable when I cannot move my legs. Totally, when I cannot do a split. Would I need to do a split in normal circumstances? Probably not. But the ability to do it makes me, I don't know. Look at this thing, for example. It would be very hard to kick somebody in the face with this type of garment. Hmm. I was impressed by his forceful personality. Long. Interesting. Oh heavens! Very interesting indeed. I like it. Awesome stuff. Look at that. Interesting. Um, I don't know. I still think it's a bit scary to think that people needed all these weapons and all these knives. Like, was it such a violent place that you had to go out with a rifle? So, yeah. And here, perfect. Here we have this traditional sitting. I love sitting on the floor, so, I was doing it before coming here. So, yeah. And also, I'll have you know, I'll let you in a little secret. My favorite Playmobil sets were the ones that happened in the desert. Again, with the palm trees and the swords and all that. Even more than the pirate ship. And keep in mind that I already have some age, so we didn't have ninja castles back then. But in the top three, I guess it would be Ninja Castle number one, Desert Stuff number two, and maybe cowboys and all that's number three, but very far away from the other two because ninjas and desert stuff is actually very cool. And you might be wondering, is this snow? Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Damn. Okay, I think we saw enough of this exhibition. I'll keep walking, and if I find something interesting, I'll let you know. Okay. Just a general shot of the area. And if I remember the name correctly, this was Al Hili Fort. So I always mix those two because there is also like a shopping mall called Al Jimi. I know that Al Jimi is the shopping mall that I went yesterday. But I always mix them like Al Hili and Al Jili. I Al Jimi, Al Hili and Al Jimi. I tend to mix them a lot. So here we have Dwelling of the Past. Woven nylon thread, cotton garments, embroidery, large-scale public artwork serves to demystify the active and intrinsic role that Bedouin women had in the demystify. Why would you want to demystify that? Isn't mystifying stuff cool? I don't know. But let's go inside. Oh, interesting. Nice. What's here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, small doors, like in Sweden. I remember that the doors were smaller than the average person, and I was always wondering, like, why would? Oh, how cool is this? I enter through this small thing, and I have all the room to myself. Awesome stuff. And there is sand here, so I guess it wouldn't be that warm here or that cold or anything. So probably colder, but damn, very good. And the style with the wooden ceiling is actually very cool as well. I'm gonna say fireplace. Yeah, I'm gonna say either fireplace or something to store. Yeah, no, this is cooking stuff. And here we have a tent. And awesome woodwork. Look at the woodwork. Such a cool stuff. Interesting. These things, I have no idea what they're for, but they look nice. And before entering the tent, I want to see what's here. Why is this elevated? Why is this thing elevated? Oh, it's closed. I wanted to take you here, but it's closed. This one is open, but closed at the same time, so you know. Oh, interesting. So cool. And here, exactly the same. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this seem like the rooms, like you know, this seem like the living places, the living areas. And am I causing? Oh, I thought I was breaking the floor, but no. So the living spaces are actually very nice, and I'm gonna take you now to the tent. Wait, I first uh have to show you this well. I hope this is a well, a traditional well. Oh, another room. Awesome stuff. You know, you can enter. Keep it like you know for perspective. Keep in mind that my hip. No, not my hip. Jesus, my let's say my chest would be a bit higher than this line. Okay, so my chest would be here, and it would reach until. So you know you have to like crouch to get under that area. And I was gonna show you the tent, but as you can see, it's just a tent, nothing else. Oh well, I have to be careful because you know I'm kind of clumsy, and in these types of things, I usually drop my phone or my keys. So very cool, very interesting. Let me check the depth of this thing. Yep, believe it or not, there is water down there. So, oh, and here you can see that it's made of straw. Like this material is made of straw and clay at the same time. So it's sure there is a name for this that I should have googled. That I could be googling right now, pausing the video. But wouldn't that make everything less direct? Isn't it cool that we're discovering this together? No, I don't know about you, but I like this type of lifestyle. It's it's a time that has passed, but it's still kept, like for celebrations and stuff like that. We for example at the university we had it like we had the national day. We had camels there, and we had camels. We had two camels, and we had like some guys that had Kalashnikovs, and it's like, oh, is that some sort of joke? No, 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 no. You arrive to the university, and you're used to this mentality that if somebody brings a gun to a university, it's probably to kill you. But no, it was actually to make one of these dances or one of these, I don't know, some type of show. By the way, this seemed to be traditional. We don't even know how traditional these things would be. Not really sure if this type of motifs would. Oh, funny, isn't it? And so anyway, with the Kalashnikovs, yeah, they didn't work. Of course, it was just like props for the dance. But imagine arriving to your workplace and seeing like 6, 7 guys carrying Kalashnikovs. Like, oh. mm, I hope everyone is happy with the classes. Another room with this. I have no idea what this thing is, but I would like to have the knowledge to tell you. But I know that one from reading Christian Jack. Do you know this? Like the novels of Christian Jack about Egypt. Those are the air vents. You could probably deduct that without reading Christian Jack. But he explains how by creating it in specific points, and making them so small, you make the air flow, and it's you create like an air draft or a current that is actually very nice. So I don't know about you, but in a room like this, I could already be living normally, I guess. But, have your bed there or your whatever, your futon, have your clothes and your stuff here, and you still have like How much would this be? Like, let's see. It would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 meters. 6 meters, 6.5 meters maybe. And the woodwork also in the door. Up. Forgot which way I went. Probably this way. Oh heavens! Another patio. We found another patio with the old fort. Not making it up. It's there. The old fort. So more palm trees. And I remember the guard told me something about one area where I couldn't go, and I think it's this tower. So we cannot go up there, but I can show you. Can show you from here. Oh yes, it's very interesting. And the wind, reminds me of my first videos in Spain. Oh, the wind, the everlasting wind. Yeah, I guess that if they have that stuff there, it's an indication not to go to the tower. But tell me you wouldn't like to see this type of construction in more movies and in more, every time somebody does science fiction or something like that, they forget about this type of style. They always go like, it has to be science fiction, forgetting the local materials or something like that. So I don't know. Makes sense to make this decision. So, it's except for Dune, I guess. Everyone else associates science fiction with metal and with metallic structures. And in my case, I like to put these elements on. By the way, could this be the first time that I mentioned that I write stuff? Yeah, I write books sometimes, and I publish them, and people read them. And at the end of the month, I get some small cash, which is very cool. Like writing your stories and people telling you like, "Hey, cool novel, I liked it." I'm not gonna promote those things here, but because I will be promoting them in other places. So, this is just me showing you stuff and not selling my books. So building with earth workshop. Oh, this one. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Oh yeah, yeah. Building with earth materials. This is the main. This is the stuff. So this workshop provides participants. Oh, it's closed. Oh, okay, great. Earth and heritage, origins of earth and with Emirati culture and history. Yeah, this is just amazing. It's the traditional thing of like. I'm gonna say something that might get me kicked out of the country, but once the oil and all this thing runs out, and I am maybe like an 82-year-old man, if we are still alive and we haven't collapsed as a human civilization, if I guess this place would be like I would love moving here, but without like I would like moving here in 1946. You know what I mean? Like this type of stuff without all the paraphernalia and all the I don't know the unnecessary stuff. Like it's cool to of course take things from modern times and from other places. Oh look, my reflection. There I am. It's cool to, of course, you need to use computers. Computers are, it's not like, no, 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 stay traditional and forget about this mobile phone and this computer nonsense. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that this traditional stuff it could be mixed better. Like if the country returned to this traditional stuff and my house looked like if I lived in a house that looked like that, I know it's something something stupid because in Spain it's difficult to find castles, for example, and to live in a castle. But you can live in places that resemble the architecture. Do you know what I mean? Like the style itself and the generosity and the kindness of the desert culture. It's they're far ahead in those terms. So if you mixed all those elements together, it would be amazing. And this concludes the visit. Oh, the towers, and the other tower, and now we're going out. back to where the birds were. I just cannot resist. Every time I see birds, I'll be showing them to you. And I wanted to clarify my position about the cultural thing. You know, like when I say that I enjoy the traditional stuff, and that despite that I know that modern stuff is also needed and all that. The mixture is the thing that I have a problem with. So forgetting traditional stuff in without mixing it with modern. Do you know what I mean? So once we clarified that, I can show you. Oh, look, another one, another bird. It looks like an ibis. I don't know if that's the correct term for this type of bird, but it seems like the beak looks a lot like an ibis. And anyway, uh, there was a mosque here, like a small mosque for praying. Keep in mind that I try not to shoot people. I have no idea why it's so accepted that you can just film people in public places up close, So I try to avoid that. So even without the rules, because I'm a very cool guy, huh? Of course. And now I don't know if I can reach a place that is an oasis. I want to show you the oasis, but I'll do my best. I don't promise anything. I'll leave you with this shot of palm trees, like Miami Beach. And yeah, let's go to see if I can find the oasis. So I hope you can hear the man singing and calling to prayer. It's actually relaxing. I like it. Please keep a safe distance from the pond. So where are we now? Are we in the oasis? No, we are in Al Ain Palace, and it's very beautiful, as you can see. Same architecture that I like, and it's very very relaxing actually. So it was on the way, like to go to the oasis. I had to be in front of this palace, and since I was there, I thought that it would be a good idea to show you. So palm trees, so typical. I like it. And a small bridge. Danger, deep well, and the bucket, as you can see, is this traditional bag. It has a rope, and it ends there. So it's just a reconstruction. I'm not sure this length can reach that depth, but it's a very good reconstruction. And that stuff looks so cool, like an Indiana Jones movie. And I wanted to call your attention to the fact that these two buildings are joined with rope. See, there is a rope there. It's actually very interesting. I guess, for the structural integrity of blah blah blah. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I guess that would be my best guess. So that the movement of the two buildings don't. Oh heavens! A coffee room. Interesting coffee room. Or to have a coffee. So I'm not gonna enter because I have kinda mud on my shoes, and I guess if every visitor were like me, there would be no need for security guards because stuff to have to drink tea, place there to. I guess it's a bench, and look at that! Look at that! Look at that! I tell you, I love that stuff. And those lanterns, like in Legend of Zelda, like one of the items in the Zelda games, and chest that we're not gonna open because we are more respectful than we are curious. And a store. Interesting. Worker ladies' room. Oh, okay. Doesn't mean that people work here. It means that this is where the ladies would be working at the time. Interesting. Oh, heavens. I would say it seems like a very integrated household. Do you know what I mean? Like you would wake up and be in the same place as everyone else. I don't know. I guess I like that stuff. Like you're not separated, like in some other places. What is this? What have I discovered? Oh heavens! The storage room has different items. Oh, look at that! Awesome! I like it. I like it as if, yeah. Would it make more sense if it had like, imagine if we were building one of these ourselves? Would it make sense if there it would have a place for the smoke to go maybe outside the room? You know what I mean? Like the smoke out of the room. Would that make sense, or am I saying something silly? I never built a chimney or a stove or anything, but if I had to build one, I guess my first thing would be like, hey guys, don't we need something for the smoke? But yeah, see, please don't touch. And we are not touching because we're very, very respectful. Yes, in this channel we respect. Please do not touch. We are not touching. The social contract. Like Jean Jacques Rousseau was explaining us, social contract we have made. And what is here? The kitchen. Of the kitchen. I like that everything is empty. So, I can just go around myself alone. I like it. Oh, ooh, you can pass things from one room to the next. At the kitchen. Does this have a no touching sign? I don't think so. I don't think so. So damn, it's a big pot. What could I use for reference? My hand maybe. No, would that make sense? So this is my hand, and turn, 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 turn. So this thing is actually very big. Oh, like I saw one of these in the army. When I was in the Air Force, I saw one of that. Have I mentioned? Is this the first time I mentioned that I was at some point in the Air Force? Probably not. Ah, you're discovering so many things about me today. By the way, I was just a teacher. There was just like a reserve officer teacher, and it was nice. I guess it was cool to go with a uniform around, especially around Madrid. It's like, sir, can I have a picture with you? No, sorry, son. Security reasons. Now go away before I take my pen, because I'm a teacher here. And we arrived at the oasis. Kind of cool, actually. I was expecting something with more water and less plants, but it's actually very nice. So, this is the plan. I'm gonna get lost inside because more or less I know where the exit is. So we're gonna go around, just like chuk 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 chuk. It's a jungle. So, huh, interesting. You're gonna be shocked now, but I was dreaming about this thing like a year ago, more or less. So, there is deja vu, and there is this. Of course, this type of structure is something that you would see very often and all that. But I don't know. I remember distinctively dreaming about this type of stuff. Not that into esoteric stuff, but and as I said, is a very common type of construction. Not in my area and not in the places that I visited, but in any case, it's I like it. I like this type of coincidences. It's not exactly as in my dream, because in my dream there was more water, and there were fish, But yeah, my first time in an oasis, so I hope I don't embarrass myself by falling or by some stuff like that. As I was coming here, some guy told me, "No, no, that's not an oasis. That is a hospital. I take you for 50 dirham." I was like, "Aha, yeah. I could believe you, or I could believe Google Maps." And I went with Google Maps, and here we are. It was like 2 minutes away walking. So it's usually like everywhere else. Like the locals are usually trustworthy and nice, because they're not interested in stealing your bike because their bikes are much better than your bike. So, but you'll also find people that are immigrants like me that will use that opportunity, like, oh, somebody dressed funny. I guess that this is a good opportunity to take 50 dirham from the guy. And it's like, no, probably not. So we're gonna be walking this way, this amazing way, and you cannot believe how happy I am that the camera is like, that it doesn't go up and down, up and down. I love these new phones so much. Precisely the thing that I was missing in my life, to record videos without. Remember that stick I had for the first videos? I'm happy not to have to carry that one all the time. So Alain Oasis. Alain. I love the name of the city. And keep in mind that I live in a suburban area. It's kind of close to where I work, but it's far from the center. It's far from any interesting place. So for me, coming this way is actually, you need to spend like 10 euros on the taxi coming and 10 euros back. So it's not something that you can do every couple of days, or you would be spending like, I don't know, 20 euros per day. You cannot do it daily. That's my thing. You would be spending 600 euros just to go somewhere. And the palace of bin Sayed Khalifa bin Sayed, and I don't remember which one is the name. Khalifa, I guess, is the title. But wait, is this a car? Oh yeah, okay. So my idea is to go this way and then to go to the left, because we're leaving a lot of detours that are on the left hand of this way. So I guess that we can do that later. And it's a very interesting area, actually. So anyway, yeah, the palace. I appreciate a lot the fact that palaces and places like this are free, because sometimes you kind of doubt the business plan of trying to like present the city and charge people for it. Like for example, in Copenhagen, I remember that every time, like oh, a nice church. I wanna see it. Yeah, like 50 crowns. It's like, really, 50 crowns to enter a building? Yeah, well, if you want to see, you have to pay. And it's like, I don't know, sounds like touristic prostitution, if you ask me. And how much money can you get from that? And is it money that you want to get in the end? You know what I mean? Like in this city, for example. Now, a car could crash me. Let's hope not. But a car could crash me, and they would still ask me, like, "Hey, what's your opinion of the city and the country?" I would be like, "Well, everything is. You can see everything free. They're very welcoming, very nice, calm places, quiet, clean." So that's the image you get of the country. Can those 50 Danish kronas or kroner? I think kroner. Could those 50 Danish crowns, like is it? It's like, your opinion is not worth 50 crowns. It's like, well, maybe, but that puts on top places like this that care about showing you and educating you and show like displaying their history and what they have. And yeah, it you cannot have it both ways. That's my point. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can either see tourism as a business for everything and trying to bleed tourists, or you can go the Emirati way and be kind of more open and generous. And but I don't know. I guess it's like those two things cannot be combined at the same time. That's my point. And time for me to pause and to get lost a bit more. Time for a confession. Can you believe that in my mind, when I thought of an oasis, I was thinking about mass of water, and like I don't know, like a child would draw it. My concept of an oasis would be something with water and palm trees around, but this makes more sense. Like I guess I don't know if at some point I'll find like a small lake or a pond or something that I can say like, hey, oh, this is where the water is coming from. Probably yes, but yeah, just to just to let you know that in my mind I was coming to some sort of lake, and when I see all these trees, it's like, wait. This is the thing, actually. Like, yeah, of course, the water makes trees grow, and that makes a lot of sense. Much more sense than my original idea. So, yes, I like exploring on foot because you have tours for not that much money, but yeah, I prefer entering these places and seeing what there is. Haha! Chun 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 chun. Such a beautiful place. It's a pity that yeah, there is some rubbish in some places. I don't know. I guess that when you travel a bit and you see those things that you're not doing them, and some other people in some other places are not doing them, because it's we visited places that were very clean and all that. Like it's some sort of tradition or thing that you only see with some places. So or with some people actually. I think there hasn't been a single day in my life that I went to the beach or to the park or something and I left my bottle there or my bag of chips or something. And yeah, it's part of what they teach you at home, but it's also part of what you choose to do. Because I remember a couple of times I was picking up things from other people that were with me. So, is it me virtue signaling my civility? Not really. I'm just saying that statistically, there could be a possibility that everything was clean because nobody spoils it. But for that, we need to punish those who happen to. Oh, Eastern Fort. So, anyway, yeah, punishments. That's my thing. Punishments. Bamboo stick to the face. First to the legs, then to the back, and then to the face until they learn not to spoil the common good. Yes, I have spoken. And kind of cool way, actually. I like walking with you in this oasis that I thought would be water. But it's not water, because I have a childish imagination. And I could have Googled this place before coming here to avoid you making fun of me now. Ah. So, I bought chocolate milk in the palace, the Alain Palace. I bought chocolate milk, so I'm waiting for some place. Have I gone back? What have I done? Have I gone back the way that I? Oh, that would be. Please don't tell me this is a mosque again. Did I go back? Have I gone back the same way? Oh. Oh, maybe they have two mosques because I don't remember seeing this before. So yeah, I'm gonna yeah I didn't get lost. Okay, we're not lost. Everything is under control. . Let down somewhere in the city. Oh, kisses. What's this? Sharia and the Falash. Tapped water from mother well sunk down to the water table. Run surface water of seasonal stream. With a complex water allocation plant. Social symbol in the community structures. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. This is what I would imagine, but bigger, like, an oasis with water and bigger. So, yeah, it's all my own ignorance speaking, because this water has to come from someplace, and this place is probably bigger than a couple of meters wide. So it all makes sense. Oh, beautiful indeed. Oh, rightfully so. So I think I'm gonna take you down this way now. Then we're gonna go back, and then I'm gonna enjoy my chocolate milk. Oh, and my cake. I brought like a piece of this fruit cake with so yeah, chocolate milk, fruit cake, and haha, enjoying my lunch breakfast at I guess it's 4 o'clock, four something, 4:10 maybe. What's this? Where did I arrive? Where am I taking you? Interesting. They're building something there. Okay. Not that interesting. Anyway, pause and we go back. Children, children, children. And the palm trees. More palm trees. How cool is it that there aren't many people in the places I'm visiting today? Sometimes I think that if the services were still the same and there was some apocalypse where people chose to move to, I don't know, Australia, all of them, it would be amazing. Like, if the services kept on coming and the food kept on being, produced and everything by machines, I guess, if I were sharing you all this alone with, with most of the people living in Australia and me just going around showing things, I guess that would be very close to an ideal image of tourism. So, as they say, fortune favors the brave, and we're having now breakfast lunch with this chocolate milk. I'm showing you the Arabic stuff, of course, to be more exotic, but if you turn it around, it's going to be chocolate milk. I don't like this brand because at least the milk, I remember buying it and it was made of powder. So I don't know, maybe I bought. But anyway, it was the only one there. So what to do? Oh, these ones are like Snickers, but like the generic brand, and also very tasty. A bit smaller than Snickers, but I enjoy a good Yonkers every once in a while. And this is like, normal cake. You have it available everywhere. And how much was this? I think a slice is like 50 euro cents to dirham. So dirham from here, from Emirates money. And this is where I am now, among palm trees. I put some plastic there to not stain my jeans too much. Which, by the way, it's like not too much, but already kind of stained. And I'm gonna have now my milk, my cake. Gonna disinfect my hands, and that's, yeah. And then we're gonna go to the end of the oasis and see what we find there. But again, I was hoping to show you some mass of water, some lake or something. Like, see, people come here to swim. No, they don't. There is no lake. There is like an oasis. Apparently, it's this type of construction with trees and fertile land and a bit of water going like in the middle. Not like a swimming pool or I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I deserve some chocolate milk. And yeah, the day that I had chocolate milk among palm trees in the Middle East, for me, it's very exotic. For you, if you are watching this from Yemen or from Oman, it's like, yeah, man, I can go there in 20 minutes. Yeah, but I can't. So for me, it's kind of exotic to be having lunch in this area with all these palm trees and everything. So there we go. And what better way to finish a video than to know that after walking so much, I got lost in this oasis. So, I had to be there longer than expected, but finally I found the way out, and now I swam a bit in the swimming pool. It has been raining, as you know from the video, and yeah, this is not the cleanest swimming pool in the world, but still quite happy. I had a swim. That one is for children. That one over there, or I don't know, like for relaxing if you want. So now the idea is to throw some hoops. That's what the cool guys say. Yeah, cool guys like me who play basket. That's what we say, because actually I kind of started playing basketball recently, only with one hand. Let's see if I. Ah, would have been cool if that one entered. So yeah, it wasn't kind of fashionable in my area, and when I was growing up to play basket, because like cool kids play football as in the normal one, not the American rugby, but the usual, the world football. And I was the goalkeeper most of the times, so basket for me is as alien as I don't know, as water polo for Kazakhstan. Yeah, have no idea if Kazakhstan plays polo. What I know for sure is that the United Kingdom doesn't play basket, right? Because I never saw the British basketball team. Do they have a basketball team? Do they ever compete anywhere? So anyhow, I'm gonna be training a bit now, and after let's say 30 minutes, I'm gonna go back home, which is in this compound, but gonna be what? Gonna be cooking, I guess. Yeah, cooking something. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for coming with me to all the places we saw. And take care.